Well, time to say goodbye to Contos, and Jude actually found exactly the same spot that we camped on when we came down north to south last year. A remarkable job done by FISA and all the volunteers when that fire came through. You can actually almost see that they were able to stop the fire just before they got to the Contos campsite here, and it is a big campsite. And when we came in from the east yesterday afternoon, a sign saying Contos campsite, and immediately you step past that, it was all green. So completely ringed the camp was by the fire, but they were able to keep the camp as it stood. So it's still beautiful and green in there, as you can see. But yeah, a terrific job, because a lot of caravans. It's a very, very big campsite. Everyone had to evacuate at the time of the fire, but they were able to keep it all intact. So a terrific job. It won't be long as we walk out that we're actually going to come back again to the burnt out part of the forest. And hats off to those that were able to keep this campsite alive. Time to head off now. 17 k's we have to get to Prevelly. So beyond the perimeter road of the campsite now, and you can see this is where the fire came through. Ocean in the distance. And this area here, not a great deal of regeneration. Still the odd grass tree. You can see as far as the top of those hills over there the extent of the fire that came ripping through this part of the southwest. Fire ravaged, but still this bench in commemoration, in memory of someone who may well have been a surfer, the plaque on it, but it's been burnt, but it proudly still stands right on the ocean. Back on my least favourite terrain. This is the one where, as I mentioned yesterday, you can get little jagged bits of limestone that poke straight into the bottom of your foot, especially around the ball of your foot, and you can end up getting a bit of a hot spot. As I mentioned, not my favourite terrain to be wandering over. This is a lot better. So we get back to some sand. This is so different to when we came through here late last year. It was just a carpet of wildflowers. Such rich and diverse colours. Mind you, even if there wasn't a fire, we wouldn't have them here at this time of the year, but it just gives you an idea of just how desolate this countryside has become. Although having said that, there's still new shoots here, there and everywhere as everything starts to come back to life. It's one of the beautiful things of this part of the coastline, that there are beautiful seats, benches where you can sit and have a look, and some of them even have inspirational signs on them. There you go, keep pushing, I'll take the advice. We've walked nearly 3 kilometres out of our campsite from last night, and you can see that as far as the eye can see, pretty much the fire ground and just how extensive it was. Quite incredible.
What a beautiful coastline. How lucky are we?
Well, we were told about this by three ladies that we passed, well, probably 2 kilometres back now. This, unfortunately, is the carcass of a dead kangaroo. It was obviously burnt through the bushfire. You can see the claws there on the end of the feet. Tragic. You wonder how many animals died when this raging firestorm passed through here. It would have come through with such ferocity that very little chance, and high up here. Perhaps some of them got to the cliff, but no way to the beach. Very sad. Well, we've been out for the best part of 5 kilometres now out of Contos. Been very easy walking today. The area that we've come through for about a couple of kilometres out of camp last time, with all the tree growth, it was actually quite compact in places, and you feel the side of your pack actually scraping on tree branches and leaves and the likes. But because everything is so burnt, no real width to any of the trees and no foliage, it's actually quite a quick journey. That's the way we're finding it so far today anyway, which makes it actually a lot more pleasant given what we had to put up with yesterday. So we keep soldiering on. We do have some steady climbs later on today. Can't say that I'm really looking forward to those, but take a few breaks on the way up and everything should be okay. Redgate Beach, quite stunning. It's one of the deeper beaches as far as sand going back from the shore that we've seen, apart from we're coming towards the end of the 2Ks along the beach north of Redgate, and this is easily the worst piece of beach I've had on this journey this time around. It's so soft, and believe me, I have just about had enough of it. Well, all the way along the Cape, this is probably one of the most beautiful places to stop. We've just had a bit of lunch on that bench coming across the bridge. If there's a lot of water in the little bit of the river over the edge, this would be a beautiful camping spot, but you'd need to have plenty of water to sustain you through the night and cooking your breakfast and making a cuppa. Well, that's the pleasant part of this little area. Jude now is about to head off, and I will shortly too, on 365 steps. That's
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I've given up.
Yeah, that's the way they sell it anyway in the brochures. They say 365 steps, one for each day of the year, and it could well take that many days for me to get to the top. But there goes Jude. She's the mountain goat of this pair that are doing this Cape to Cape trek, I can assure you. But I'll see her at the top shortly. Well, in a while, shall we say. And on it goes. $362, $63, $64. Are they telling the truth? $65. There you go. The last of the 365 stairs. Wasn't too bad after all, actually. Not as bad as the beach earlier today, I have to say. Anyway, that job is done. Tick that one off and keep wandering. Camera doesn't really do this justice, but we've just come out of what's called Bob's Hollow, and as I said, the camera doesn't do the justice of the fact that it's a fairly steep climb, and I've still got a little bit further to go. Jude's just going over the top now. So, after 18.5 kilometres on the track today, with a couple of little detours, coming down now into Prevelly. There's not too far to go to get to the caravan park. Doesn't quite feel like the Cape to Cape here, walking down the last part of the day on a cycle track, but anyway, it'd be nice to be able to put our feet up. It's been another pretty tough day, but enjoyable nonetheless.